Wow, I hope Nicholas Jackson does not watch this show. Let's talk about Darwin Nunez then, shall we? My namesake there at Liverpool. It looks like he's on his way to Al Hilal for 53 million euros plus add-ons. Gab, let me come to you for this one now. We've spoken about Darwin Nunez's role at Liverpool, especially with all of the new and potential additions that Liverpool could be adding to their squad this summer. We all agreed that it was time for him to find a new chapter elsewhere. So is this good business all around?
I think it's very good business. I think, when you consider that he's still on Liverpool wages, he's got years left on his contract. He's, in terms of that A word again, the amortization word, which is, by the way, is a huge part of the reason why Liverpool are able to spend so much this summer, is that they spent less in previous years. You are getting money back. He will count as a profit. I think this is a wonderful deal for Liverpool if they can get it over the line. I mean, again, I'm not as anti-Darwin Nunez as some people on here. I do think he contributes something, but man, if you can get that sort of fee, 53 million plus, rising with add-ons, I think you take it.
Frank, Darwin Nunez, we know it didn't work out how many would have wanted it to at Liverpool. There was interest for him in Italy as well, but ultimately it looks like he's heading to Saudi. Are you disappointed to see him go to Saudi?
Yes, I am, because he's 25, 26 years old, I think, and I think it's too early. With all due respect to that Saudi league, and I'm pretty sure that he's going to enjoy it, and he's going to take lots of money, but as I always say, if you're under 30 and you decide to go to those, exotic championship, you don't like football. You like money, and that's fair. And but you decide to say goodbye to what you love the most, football. And when you're 33, 32, 34, 35, no problem. You can go there, enjoy, get the money, but Darwin Nunez could have rebounded somewhere else and maybe be the player that he was in Portugal and enjoy playing in Italy in one of the 5 best leagues in the world and maybe go within 5 years to Saudi Arabia. That's disappointing for me. Well done, Liverpool. Get the money. Bye-bye, Darwin Nunez. Good luck to you. But yeah, that's not nice.
That's one way to describe it. All right, well, let's have a look at some of Liverpool's forwards and midfielders. There you can see the ones highlighted in yellow are expected to leave this summer. So it just goes to show you the kind of business that Liverpool are waiting to complete. Shaka, I think this all points to the awful truth for you that Alex Isak is probably on his way there.
I'm still in denial, Alexis. I have no idea what points to that at all. Listen, credit to Liverpool and the way they've done their business. Not just this summer, which, let's be honest, in Premier League terms, Liverpool have won the transfer window, but in years leading up, so that they are able to secure the talents of Virch and still be potential bidders for Isak even after the Ekitike purchase. The worrying thing for everybody else is, as I said yesterday, I think it was, that as good as Liverpool were last season, as dominant as they were in the Premier League, by far and away the best team in the league, this version of Liverpool, potentially, they haven't kicked a ball yet, but this version of Liverpool is or can be so much better. And if everybody's playing catch-up before, it's a little concerning for everybody else, kind of given where they very well may be.
All I'm going to say about Liverpool is, while I agree in the potential of this group if they get all the pieces that they want in place and all those pieces that are delivering to the level that we expect them to, yes, I'm with you, Shaq. They're a little light in numbers right now in the attack. Luis Diaz, gone. Mm-hmm. Darwin Nunez, potentially gone, as we just reported. The untimely death of Diogo Jota. And you start looking at the numbers itself, and it's kind of like, all right, well, it's Ekitike, Florian Wirtz, Mohamed Salah. We're assuming that Isak is walking through that door, but that's not a fact just yet. And so when you look at what this team might have been in the attack and currently is, they're a little light in terms of the numbers in the attack and in terms, not necessarily the quality. They have the quality, but I don't see depth in the attack. And that's why it becomes, as you just mentioned, 2 + 2 = 4. Isak is coming to Liverpool. Because otherwise, why would you make this sort of decisions? I was sitting here a couple of days ago, and Gab was on the show as well, sort of making the case and building the case that, listen, you don't have to push Darwin Nunez out the door until you have secure Isak. Because Darwin Nunez could play a role for you, and Ekitike could still be your starting striker, if indeed you didn't get Isak. Now, you put yourself out in a situation in which Darwin Nunez is gone, you've taken the money, good piece of business, but what do you do with that money and what do you do with the business? Because if Isak is not there, then, as I mentioned before, just a mathematical equation. They seem to be short in numbers in terms of strikers.
Gab, what do you think about with what Ale said about that and the fact that the news that we heard this morning of Alexander Isak being told to train away from the Newcastle first team? Are we closer to guaranteeing his signing?
I think we're closer to Isak being willing to really push the boat out, trying to force a deal. I just find it a little bit curious because you guys are talking about they're light in attack, but I think there's such a thing as a hierarchy in the better teams. And if Isak comes, he expects to start. Mohamed Salah is obviously going to start. Florian Wirtz expects to start. Part of me looks at this and says, if we can put Wirtz among, looking at this graphic, why do we put Wirtz with the midfielders? Because somebody drew up a 4-2-3-1 and put him in the hole where the Szoboszlai position. I would imagine you could put Wirtz among the strikers. You could put Elliott, who of course started out as a winger. You could put him in that mix. Chiesa's still there for better or worse. I'm not sure you need to bring in an absolute A-list when I think there are issues elsewhere. What happens if Ryan Gravenberch gets hurt? Last year when Gravenberch slowed down, hey, you move McAllister there. Okay, fine. That's not McAllister's best position, and that means that then you have to make another adjustment. And that's before we get into the issue of the center backs. They were all ready to sign Dean Huyson. Then it didn't work out. What happened to that? Do you no longer need an option off the bench to replace Van Dijk or Konate? So I don't know if this is all some massive misdirection from Liverpool, where they have us all talking about Isak, but secretly they're trying to make moves elsewhere. Because otherwise, for me, I would agree they're light, but I wouldn't necessarily agree they're light in attack. They're light in other positions in terms of depth.
Frank, you were listening very keenly when Gab was talking just now. What do you think of all this?
Well, I really think, and I'm sorry for Shaka and those people who think that Isak's going to stay, because, when you start seeing that a guy is not allowed to train with the rest of the team, it doesn't smell good. It doesn't smell very, very good, So I really think that Isak is on his way out, and I don't see any other club so much willing to get him. So I think he's going to sign for Liverpool, and Liverpool is going to be a tremendous club. So in terms of numbers, Ali, because I can't call him Alejandro. Ali is.
That moved me again.
So Ali is right. It's a little bit short, but. I think they can move players like Curtis can stay and move if Wirtz is injured, but also he can play on the side. You have Gakpo as well, and I think they can manage to sort out any possibilities. And I think I never seen in the past decade a team so complete for me. Let's see how it works if there are injuries. But I feel something special with that team, where in any position. That team is the best in the world. So it has to be proven, but it's a very good sign for Liverpool this season.
I wonder if there's a Alexander Isak is leaving support group somewhere Shaka could join, because this is week 2, I think, of this saga, and Shaka, you're holding up all right.
Can't a man just be in denial and peace around here?
Oh.
I'm very comfortable. I'm comfortable.
You're very comfortable.
I'm comfortable in my denial.
Oh, please, can I do the show once this transfer is confirmed? Just to see, because I feel like you're going to need some tissues. We'll get some tissues for Shaka. Anyways, as much as we love to have fun on the show, we have even more fun over on Extra Time. That's where these boys will be taking your questions. Make sure to check it out and join us on YouTube. All right, well, a juicy one is coming up in England, the Community Shield, and best believe we will be there at Wembley. Crystal Palace up against Liverpool. That's Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Set your alarms on ESPN+. ESPN FC is presented by Xfinity. The Wi-Fi is booming.